Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad AZIZI bin ARIFFIN, and I will present about introduction and objective we use in this project. Introduction: the electronic roulette replace the ivory ball with a diode emitting flashing light circuit (LED). The LED light one after another when the switch is paused in a series that reflect the ivory ball's movement. The number next to the lead LED is the winning number when movement, and the sound of a bouncing ball is produced during movement. A switch is pressed if the switch is not pressed. Roulette is a term that means small wheels in France. So here, using 555 timer IC, we can make the LED roulette circuit. The main component of this circuit is the 555 timer IC. The IC has an oscillating frequency between 670 and 680 Hz. This 555 timer here function as a stable multivibrator and a stable multivibrator. It's an independent running oscillator that alternates between its two unstable states continuously. The transistor moves from the cutting state to the saturation state at a frequency dictated by the coupling circuit's RC constant, which out the external signal used. Consequently, the stable multivibrator is also a square wave generator or pulse generator. Objective: first, describe the synchronized and synchronized counter. 2. Understand the synchronized and synchronized counter circuit. 3. Design a counter that will have any sequence of state listed. 4. Modify a modulus of a counter. 5. Draw each counter's timing diagram.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad NABIL, NAJMI bin FAIZAL. Now I will discuss about theory, the component used. Number 1, electrolytic capacitor. Like other conventional capacitor, electrolytic capacitor store the electric energy statically by charge precipitation in an electrical field in the dielectric dioxide layer between the electrodes. The non-solid or solid electrolyte in principle is the cathode, which this form the second electrode of the capacitor. And number 2, disc capacitor. Along with the style of ceramic chip capacitor, ceramic disc capacitor often use a safety capacitor in electromagnetic interference suppression application. Besides this, large ceramic power capacitor for high voltage or high frequency transmitter application also to be found. Number 3, diode. Diode LED is a semiconductor light such that emit light when current flow through it. Electron in the semiconductor recombine with electron hole release energy in the form of photons. And now number 4, PNP transistor. The NPN transistor is designed to pass electron from the emitter to the collector. So conventional current flow from the collector to emitter. The emitter electron into the base, which control the number of electron the emitter emits. And number 5, resistor. A resistor is a passive electrical component with the primary function to limit the flow of electric current. NO push button. Number 6. A push to a make switch allow electricity to flow between its two contacts. When L in push to break, switch does the opposite, i.e. when the button is not pressed, electricity can flow, but when it is pressed, the circuit is broken. This type of switch is also known as a normally closed switch. Number 7. Slide switch. Slide switch is an electromechanical device used to control current flow in a circuit path. Device in this family actuated by sliding a mechanical switch. The characteristic circuit contact timing, switch function, current rating, voltage rating, AC or DC, and actuator type. And number 8, 555 timer IC. The 555 timer IC is a useful precision timing device which can act as either a simple timer to generate single pulse or long time delay, or as a relation oscillator producing a string of stabilized waveform of verifying duty cycle from 50 to 100%. Number 9. 74164 8-bit shift register TTL ICS. 74164 is a high-speed shift register with serial input of data and parallel output of data. It is as an 8-bit IC. That means data goes into IC bit by bit serially and 8-bit data appears on the output pins. Data at serial input is fed through one input AND gate, and it is synchronous with low to high transition of the clock. In other words, the transition of data occurs on every position edge of the input clock. Number 10 is speaker. Regardless of the design, the purpose of speaker is to produce audio output that can be heard by a listener. Speaker a transducer that convert electromagnetic wave into sound wave. The speaker receives audio input from a device such as a computer or an audio receiver. And lastly, IC socket. Integrated circuit or ICS, the chip used in almost all modern electrical device. Most production device use chip soldered directly to the printed circuit board, as the chip never need to be removed. Some application, however, use IC socket, which allow chip to be inserted and removed without the use of a soldering iron. Conclusion. In conclusion, from this coursework, we have learned and gained more knowledge and understanding about electronic roulette wheel and how the function. Thank you.
My name is MEGAT AIMAN. Today I will demonstrate simulation of electronic roulette wheel.
In this electronic roulette wheel, the timer 55 will as generator or pass with fading frequency. When the pass goes to 74164, 8-bit shift register make the light up the LED 1 to LED 8 by 1 in the selected string and divided by the 2 based on flicking float by 400 quad to input and get TTI IC selected the LED string. The FAIZAL IC timer circuit produce pass. When the button SB1 is pressed, the frequency of the timer is constant. When the button SB1 is released, the frequency of the timer will slow fading. The capacitor C2 will charge while the button SB1 was pressed. So now C2 discharge through resistor R3, capacitor C3, and the output discharge of the FAIZAL IC. Because the current that's changed the capacitor 3 getting weaker, it take more time to charge the capacitor C3 to the voltage of activating the trigger of the timer. So the frequency of the FAIZAL timer will fading down. When this happen, the voltage at the capacitor C2 get reduced below the trigger level, then the timer will stop.